Chapter 3. The Myth of Balance. Harmony doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means everything is integrated. You work hard, but not at the expense of your health. You rest well, without guilt. You spend time with loved ones, not as a reward for productivity, but as a core part of a meaningful life. Harmony is a flow, a rhythm, a life in which the pieces work together, even if they're not equal. When you lead your life from a place of harmony, you stop measuring success only by outputs. You begin to value energy, presence, and peace. You might do fewer things, but you do them better. You make decisions not just based on deadlines or profit, but on alignment. You ask, will this add value to my life, or only volume? Creating harmony requires honest communication, with yourself and with others. It means saying no to things that crowd your soul. It means designing a schedule that honors your season and your humanity. It means slowing down enough to ask not just what you can do, but what you should do. And that shift, from hustle to harmony, is where real sustainability begins. Hustle might get you applause, but harmony will give you joy. And over time, joy is the greatest productivity tool of all. 3.8% choose what to carry. Not everything you've been holding is meant to be carried. Some responsibilities, expectations, and goals were never truly yours. They were handed to you by family, culture, fear, or old versions of yourself. As you grow, part of leading your time well is learning to set some things down. This isn't quitting, it's choosing. It's saying, I no longer carry what doesn't belong in this season. Carrying too much, even if it's all good, leads to overwhelm. You can have all the right intentions and still collapse under the weight of unrealistic demands. That's why simplification is not weakness, it's wisdom. You only have so much bandwidth, and if you fill your arms with everything, you won't have space to hold what truly matters. The best time leaders constantly evaluate their load. They ask, what is mine to carry? What can I release? What can be delayed, delegated, or declined? This order isn't selfish, it's survival, because when you carry too much, your presence disappears. And when your presence disappears, your impact shrinks. Letting go is emotional. It might mean disappointing people. It might mean grieving dreams that no longer fit. But every time you set something down, you free yourself to lift what really needs your strength. You gain focus, energy, and clarity. You stop performing and start living. Your time is too precious to waste on burdens that don't belong to you. Choose what to carry. Let the rest go. 3.9 Microbalance, the power of daily realignment. While balance across an entire life might be impossible, microbalance, small daily realignments, is both powerful and practical. You may not be able to perfectly divide your time each day, but you can tune into yourself regularly and adjust. This ongoing process of reflection and realignment allows you to respond to the day with presence, rather than react to it with stress. Microbalance starts with checking in. In the morning, ask, what does this day require from me? What do I need to feel grounded and purposeful? Throughout the day, pause to notice your energy, your mood, and your direction. Are you staying connected to your values? Are you drifting into distraction or trying to carry too much? These checkpoints help you course correct before overwhelm sets in. Even small adjustments can bring massive relief. Canceling one non-essential meeting, taking a 10-minute walk to reset, saying no to something that doesn't align, calling a friend instead of scrolling social media. These are not productivity hacks, they're intentional living in real time. Microbalance also includes ending the day with reflection. Ask yourself, what worked well today? What needs more attention tomorrow? What did I learn about myself? These daily questions train your brain to look for growth and create momentum. You start living from alignment rather than autopilot. Balance isn't found in dramatic life overhauls. It's found in small, repeated moments of honesty and courage. Microbalance is how you build macro transformation. One choice at a time. 3.1. Let your calendar reflect your values. Your calendar is not just a tool, it's a mirror. It shows what you value, what you prioritize, and what you avoid. You can say that family is your top priority, but if your calendar is filled with meetings and no space for dinner at home, the calendar tells a different story. The same goes for health, rest, or creativity. Time reveals the truth of what matters most. Aligning your calendar with your values is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward balance and peace. Start by listing your top 5 values. Then open your calendar. Look at how your time is being spent. Is there a mismatch? Are you over-investing in one area and under-investing in another? Don't judge, just observe. Then adjust. If health is a value, schedule movement and rest as recurring appointments. If growth is a value, protect time for reading, learning, or mentoring. If family is a value, create space for connection that isn't rushed or squeezed between tasks. These changes don't require major time, but they require priority. Your calendar won't always be perfect. Life happens. Seasons shift. But over time, your schedule should begin to reflect your beliefs. When your values show up in your days, you feel more at peace, even during full seasons. You feel aligned, not just busy. Connected, not just committed. Don't wait for the perfect week. Start now. Build your life into your calendar. 3.1. Redefining success for this season. We all want to feel successful, but the definition of success that most people carry is outdated, borrowed, or externally imposed. It's often rooted in constant achievement, financial growth, recognition, or productivity. And while those can be part of success, they aren't the whole story. Real success is seasonal. It must be redefined based on where you are and what matters now. A new parent's success might look like sleep and survival. A grieving person's success might be showing up to life with softness. A writer's success might be 1 hour of deep focus. A leader's success might be holding space for others. None of these fit the old definition, but they are deeply meaningful. Success must be relevant or it becomes destructive. Redefining success doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means aligning your goals with your season. It means recognizing that life isn't linear, that healing, building, resting, and rising all require different measurements. You don't measure a tree by how fast it grows every week. You honor the season it's in. Ask yourself, what does success look like in this season? What do I need to feel aligned, whole, and purposeful right now? Let these answers shape your goals, your time, and your expectations. Let go of old definitions that no longer serve you. Create your own. When you define success on your terms, you reclaim your power. You stop chasing someone else's version of a good life and start living your own. 3.12. Focus creates freedom. Most people think focus limits freedom, that narrowing your time, energy, or attention means missing out on life. But the opposite is true. Focus is not a prison. It's a path to peace. When you focus, you stop scattering your energy across 100 shallow commitments. You begin to live with depth, direction, and momentum. You're no longer pulled in 10 directions, you're rooted in one. And that, paradoxically, gives you more freedom, not less. Freedom isn't doing whatever you want, whenever you want. It's doing what matters most without distraction, regret, or apology. It's the ability to say, this is what I'm committed to right now, and I'm not available for anything else. That kind of clarity scares people at first. It feels like you're saying no to too much, but in reality you're saying yes to what will actually move you forward. Focused living gives you back your time. It removes the mental weight of indecision. It quiets the noise. When you focus, You don't waste energy on second-guessing or multitasking. You do fewer things, but you do them fully. That creates momentum, and momentum compounds. One powerful day leads to a powerful week. One aligned project leads to new opportunities. That's the freedom most people never feel, because they're too busy managing chaos. To start living with focus, choose one theme, goal, or area of growth for this season. Don't try to balance everything, just give your best to what matters most right now. Let other areas enter maintenance mode. That's not failure, it's design. Then build your schedule, conversations, and decisions around this focus. You'll be amazed how light life begins to feel when it's no longer divided. Focus isn't about rigidity, it's about purpose. You can change direction when needed, but while you're in it, be in it. And trust that the freedom you crave is waiting on the other side of clarity. 1-3 Attention is a sacred resource. In a world that thrives on distraction, your attention is your most sacred resource. It's not just a function of your brain, it's the steering wheel of your entire life. What you pay attention to expands. Where your attention goes, your time, energy, emotion, and even identity follow. If you give your attention to chaos, your life will feel chaotic. If you give your attention to clarity, your life begins to align with it. Most people never decide where their attention should go. Instead, they let others decide for them. Notifications, headlines, messages, and expectations constantly hijack their focus. The result is a life spent reacting instead of responding. You move through the day without intention, and suddenly, your minutes disappear into tasks and thoughts that don't align with who you are or what you value. To live a focused life, you must reclaim your attention. Start by noticing what competes for it. Which apps, conversations, environments, or mental loops steal your focus most often? Awareness is the first step. Then, create boundaries around your attention. Limit access, silence notifications, block time for deep work, and perhaps most importantly, train your brain to be present again. Meditation, stillness, and digital detox moments aren't luxuries. They are workouts for your attention span. Attention is also emotional. Where you give attention affects how you feel. If your focus is always on problems, pressure, or scarcity, your emotional state will reflect that. But when you intentionally shift your focus toward progress, gratitude, and possibility, your mood and your momentum change. You can't always control what shows up, but you can always choose what you focus on. Guard your attention the way you'd guard your home. Not everything gets in. Not everyone gets access. And nothing gets to steal your peace without permission. 3.14 Say fewer yeses, but mean them more. Every yes you give has a cost. It costs time, energy, attention, and opportunity. Yet many people say yes out of fear. Fear of missing out, disappointing others, or seeming unhelpful. Over time, these people-pleasing yeses become a time trap. They fill your calendar